you. God do it. God do it. God do it, no, na God do it, no, na God do it, no. God do it, no, na God do it, no, na God do it, no. I don't change my name to God do it. I no more, I don't buy more to God do it. They say my market no good sell, God do it. And then we say I no go blue, God do it. Then my brother, make them try their luck, my God do it. No, my God do it. No, my Lord do it, no. Anything I do, that God do it. No, that God do it. No, that God do it, no. Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Paris. Hi, I miss all of you. Hi guys, hi. Welcome to Paris Diaz's vlog. I am Paris and you're so welcome to my vlog. I'm so glad you're here. You took the time to watch this. And even before I go too far, I just want to say thank you so much guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So this is going to be my third vlog. My third. Like, I'm going to keep counting until it gets to the 10th vlog, because first 10 is actually quite something. They say it's difficult to start, but it's even more difficult to keep at it, to be consistent. So yeah, thank you so much guys. My first video got 24 views. Guys, it's been 2 weeks. 24 views is a lot for me and I am so grateful. I don't even know what you guys been watching, but you know, thank you so much. My second video, which was out also less than a week ago, has 20 views. I have 12 subscribers. Yay! I can't, it's so mind-blowing right now. Like, it's so humbling, it's so surprising, it's so motivating, it's wonderful. Thank you so much guys for taking your time to watch my video. Yeah, and what I have to say and what I think. Thank you so much guys, I appreciate it. I hope I'm gonna keep at it and keep getting better and keep doing better things. So hopefully you stick around and see more of that happening. So yeah, unfortunately today the topic is not going to be that pleasant, because the things I'm going to talk about are going to be quite heavy. And like, at first I didn't want to talk about it because it felt like it's negative, and like I said from the beginning, I just want to be about positive things. However, I feel like if you don't talk about it, then you never get to understand it, you never get to deal with it. Like, the first step of dealing with something is talking about it. I'm so sorry guys, it's so hot here, it's so hot. I have to keep on funding myself, otherwise it's very hot right now, and it's actually in the evening, but it's still hot anyway. So yeah, I felt like I didn't want to talk about it because it's not positive, but I feel like at the end of it, we can be able to do better next time. We can possibly even, you know, save lives. So I felt it's okay Paris, you can talk about it, it's fine for today. Yeah, because these things have been weighing very heavily on my mind as well. So I didn't want to just come here and say hi guys, talk about something else. That's not being real. So, and I really want to be real. Basically, this channel is for me to be me, and part of being me is being very analytical and very empathic, and you know, just thinking about things a lot when they happen. So I wanted to share what I've been thinking with you guys. So this week has been quite an eventful one, especially if you're from Kenya. I'm Kenyan, like I said before, and there's been a lot of things happening in Kenya. I don't know why, but for some reason it feels like something is happening in Africa, and I know that's my God working, but you know, it's been very eventful, and and unfortunately most of the events are not that good, but what can we, like, yeah, it's been happening, so let's just address it. Yeah, okay, so first off, I'm gonna start with like the less heavy topics, I think, though it doesn't feel like there's any less heavy topic, but you know. So yeah, the first thing on my mind is definitely the 16% tax on fuel. I know you guys are just thinking, so you're not even in Kenya, why are you concerned? Why I'm concerned is because if I was supposed to be here for 5 years and achieve everything I was supposed to achieve, then with the tax, that just doubles it to 10 years. Guys, and it's not like we have so much to show for our tax. Currently, I'm living in the UAE, and in the UAE, tax is 5%. Guys, it's 5%. But they have a lot of development going. They have a lot of things going for them, and the tax was actually because of Vision 2020 that they're looking forward to achieving. So they felt the need to just add tax so that they meet this goal they set for themselves. But Kenya, really, why? But why is a third world country, why is a third world country having tax as high as 16% when half of the population is youth and most of them are not even employed? But why? It does not make sense. So for who is this tax for? I understand it's to run the government, but how do you run the government without people? If people didn't have money to buy food and they don't have money to even meet their basic needs, why is the tax? I'm not happy, guys. Kenyans don't like it. They've been everywhere complaining. It's not fair because as it is, the economy is very difficult for the people who are living there, as it is. And then you add 60. It's just like adding the icing on the cake. It's not, I don't get it. Even at least if we had like something to show for the tax that we've paid before, because we're already paying, like, tax in Kenya is very high. You can just tell by the difference of prices you find here and there. And this is like UAE. It's the most expensive place, supposed to be the most expensive place in the world because it's the most luxurious one. But it's, first of all, there's too much corruption. So even if we're taking this tax, where is it going to? To people's pockets again? Really? Ain't nobody got time for that, really. Like, no. If you're going to take the money, please show us this is what we're doing. Okay, so then we have this railway situation, and yes, they've built the railway. We can see it. It's super expensive. We're in deep debt, but at least there's something to show. But there hasn't been that much to show with 16% tax. There just isn't, and there isn't going to be, because I was seeing this economic financial report about how the tax is going into recurrent expenditure. So that means we don't have anything that is set aside for development. So that means there's not going to be any development. They're just going to keep cutting and adding more taxes, and nothing is changing. The life of the normal mwananchi is getting difficult because the government should be looking at the normal mwananchi and what their needs are. It doesn't feel like adding this tax has anything to do with that. Nothing. And it's very disappointing. Even for us, those who are in diaspora, trust me, we're not celebrating at all, because people here are actually working very hard to get the little money they're getting to send to their countries back at home. Now, with the little amount you were sending, it's not going to be enough. You're going to have to send more money. That means it's going to stretch on your budget. That means you're going to have to work harder. The tax it's a lot. It is a lot, and that's the truth. On to my second one. So my second issue would be foreigners in Africa. Like, what's up, guys? What is it? So a while back, I think it's a month ago or so, there was a video of I just mentioned about a railway they were building in my country. Yeah, so this railway is supposed to replace a very ancient one we had since independence, which is yay, good for effort. So unfortunately, I don't know, I just don't get how you transport an entire Chinese population to build a railway. As much as Chinese are known for they're very good in technology and all that, I feel like we do have a few Africans, Kenyans, who can do the job as well. So I don't know too much of the details of why they went for the Chinese. Maybe it was cheaper, maybe it could be anything, but that should not be the excuse they use for treating the fellow colleagues the way they do. Last month, there was an accusation of the Chinese who are currently building the railway in my country of treating and paying Kenyans who are working in the same place for the same job differently. Like, what is that? What the freaking hell is that? Sorry, I meant heavens. Freaking heavens is that? Because here, it's the total opposite. Here, the locals, I mean the citizens who are born here, they work for less hours. And when I say less hours, it could be 8 or less hours. The salary is more, but you would get that because they're from here. So obviously the government is taking care of their citizens, which is perfectly fine. But what's happening in my country? Why is the government not concerned about its citizens? Why? Citizens should be of the first priority, despite who is building what, coming from where. I think it's time we should address this. It's unbelievable. Really, it's unbelievable. Because here, they get 8 hours or less. They get 2 days off, while everybody else is getting probably 1 day off or none at all, depending on the seasons. And then on top of that, they get double your pay. In my country, in my wonderful, beautiful country that I absolutely love, but clearly needs to change on a couple of things, they're being paid less, no accommodation, no food. They're even being given punishments. They're being beaten, like physically. I'm like, what? But what is this? As if this was not enough. Just recently, I think less than 2 weeks or so. So there's this Chinese guy, very arrogant and rude, and feeling like he's owning Kenya and China as well. Was unfortunately for him recorded being arrogant, calling Kenyans monkeys, and I'm like, guys, where do we look like monkeys? Like where? So if you feel like Kenya is a monkey country, why are you there to begin with? Why is your company there? What are you doing there? He called Kenyans monkeys and useless and black and everything he could think of, and he was saying even the president. Really. So fortunately, as long as I feel like it took some time, because it did, because you wouldn't dare do that here, they sent him to another team, as it should have been done. But like, clearly there's something wrong with the policies these foreigners are being held under. It's like, I don't get it. Kenyans and Kenya deserve better. That's not it. I appreciate that they're building a railway, but that doesn't mean they're gonna step all over our people. I don't like that at all. And as patriotic as I am, no, it needs to stop. The government, people need to look into this issue. Foreigners just coming and feeling like they own the country where the citizens are suffering, I don't think so. No. Are the citizens' expenses? No. That needs to change, clearly. Okay. And I saw the same situation in Uganda as well. So I said before, I'm from Kenya, which is in East Africa, and our neighboring countries are Uganda, Tanzania, etc. So I saw the same situation in Uganda, and they were trying to be, I'm like, guys, we have to be careful about the people we're letting into our country. And if they cannot treat us, the citizens, and the people who are the owners of the country, because the people is the owner of the country. Despite there being a government, the people are the country. So if you cannot respect the country and the people in it, don't go there. And we should not let them in either. It's just as simple as that. This one is really close to my heart because it's about a girl, and it's about a girl who's almost my same age or maybe older by a very few months or years. So for me, it was from a perspective of, what if it was me? What if it was my sister? What if it was my cousin? What if it was my friend, you know? So I don't even know where to start with this, guys, because it's such a heavy topic. So yeah, I'm just gonna say it as it is. Okay, so there's this there was a story about a lady, and this lady is called Sharon Atieno. Sharon was a university student, and unfortunately was dating an older man who's also in government, allegedly, and she happened to be pregnant, and after a while she's dead with a 7 months pregnancy. And I'm like, okay, apparently, allegedly, she was killed. It was planned murder. Allegedly, apparently, it's because she had threatened to, I don't know, it's report or what. Like, now the story is everywhere. It's so twisted, and you can't even tell what's truth and what's a lie. But this is my bottom line. Like, despite what she did, right? Right, the guy is married. But this should be on the guy as well. Because if you're married, what the heavens are you doing with a young girl? To an extent, you're impregnating her, right? Okay. Okay. So now she's 7 months pregnant, right? Right. But she's dead. I do not understand at what point did people feel like they have the right to kill anybody. Nobody has the right to kill nobody. Despite you being the biggest, most powerful, most influential person, you still have no right. Like, I feel like it's a game played most for. She's young, she's a promising Kenyan, she was going to school, she was trying to make a better future of herself, despite the wrong decisions she made. Because life is about that. It's about your decisions and what you decide to do with it. But for you to kill someone because you feel like they wronged you or they're threatening you, I feel like that's just terrible. That's just terrible. It's just what it is. It's terrible. And it's even more worrying because this is not the first case. I have a plea for my, the ladies and the young girls in my country. Just be careful. Just be patient. Whatever you need, whatever you feel you don't have right now, doesn't mean you're not going to have it in the future, Eventually, things are gonna change. Nothing is ever permanent in life. And you don't have to rush yourself just to fit in. I feel like social media is also to blame. Like, there's all these factors to blame. I feel like social media is to blame. I feel like if we were talking to our parents, maybe there wouldn't be this sponsor young girl relationships everywhere. You get, I also feel like social media is to blame because it's giving young people so much pressure. I feel like the government is to blame because they haven't provided enough opportunities for young people. So, and my country is full of young people. I know how desperate you can be when you don't have a job, because I wasn't always born with a job, and it's very hard even like for youths to have to leave their country to come and look for a job somewhere else, and that's a discussion for another day. However, I feel like even as young ladies, we're to blame because we cannot afford to make such decisions, you get, because at the end of the day, you're someone's child, and the one who's gonna feel the pain of you being born is definitely your parent. Because if you get killed over some money, then it's really not worth it. It's really not worth it because you cannot quantify life for money ever. And I feel like we need to do more regarding this sponsorship young girls thing. I don't get it, but I understand it. I would never do it, but I understand it, because when you're going to school and you're young, you want to be all these things. And I understand also it's about our generation, because our generation, we want results fast, and they're not always going to be fast, so we need to come to the understanding that we need to be patient. We need to do things the right way. The right way always wins. Shortcuts are not always the best, I feel like, I wish and I pray that younger girls will make better decisions. They'll stay off married people and old people, and I am not here to judge anybody, but I feel like they have so much potential. They can do it all by themselves. They don't need any sponsors. They don't need to tolerate any clandestine kind of relationships. And I just pray this is going to be the last one I'm going to hear, because my heart is very heavy about this. I feel like even with a patriotic society and this being all over social media and having people saying like she deserved it because she had a sponsor, I'm like, who died and made you the judge of people's sins? Like, who did that? Who did that? Who be that? Because I don't get it. You cannot judge someone just because they sin differently. And even if you did, like, it's not your place to say who deserves what, right? Like, you cannot say someone deserved death because it's death. It's another level. Someone is dead. I don't know. I just my heart goes out to her mother and her relatives and her friends, because if I felt that way and I really didn't know her in person, I can imagine how they're feeling. And I just rest in peace. My condolences go out to all of you, and I hope girls we will be more responsible. Let's just believe in ourselves more. Let's believe we can achieve everything and anything we want without a man. Not that men are bad, but you can, even by yourself, you're enough. You need to recognize that. And I understand even when you're in school, you really don't know yourself that much. It took a long while for me to know even half of who I am. And I'm not here to say now I know who I am, la la la, yada yada yada. No, but it's gonna take time. But meanwhile, just think about the decisions you make going forth. Yeah, because these decisions are gonna impact you 5 years from now, 10 years from now. The decisions and the consequences are gonna follow you. So I hope guys and girls are gonna make better decisions, because the sponsor thing goes both ways actually, for guys and girls. So my heart just goes out to the youth in my country. I'm praying for them because they are the future. Without them, my country is not gonna go anywhere. Without us, we have to be responsible enough to know we are holding the future and make responsible decisions. So yeah, that's been on my heart, really heavy. And yeah, I hope the responsible people will be taken to book. So yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. But at the end of it all, I'm praying for my country. I miss my country, I love my country, and I want to see it grow. Even if it's not as much as Dubai, just somewhere close by, that would be good, or even more. But I believe that God is with us. God has always been with us. And I think we're gonna do better, we're gonna be better. Now I feel like there's more awareness about things. Now people are coming out to speak about such issues, as compared to before. It used to be a taboo and you'd be scared of who. And I feel like we're headed to the right place, but we need a lot of prayers. And I was just praying for my country. And yeah, I feel like those things are very heavy on my mind, because obviously it's my home, so I'm concerned about it. But other than that, I've been good. I hope you've been good too. I'm still so glad that you guys take your time to watch. I hope this one was different, I know, but I had to speak about it because I feel like it's me being real. Yeah, so yeah, that's all guys. I'm going to see you on my next video. I'm not sure when that's gonna be, but I'll see you. Bye bye. Mwah, 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 mwah. God bless you, God keep you. I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.
As you don't pass exam, now
God do it.
And then me say you no go pass, but
God do it.
You wake up, sit with the last song, now God do it. Robbers, they rob, they no see you.
God do it.
They no see you, my sister. Oh, yeah, better fast.
God do it. No, no, God do it. No, no, God do it.
Everything they do, they're
God do it. No, no, God do it. No, no, God do it. No.
as now your wedding day, now
God do it.
And you don't say where you dey find, but
God do it.
See we go pop champagne today.
God do it.
And we go dey dance, cause God do it. Anything you win,
God do it.
and if you win election, my brother,
God do it.
like if you win the contract, my friend,
God do it.
and if you check the countdown, my brother,
God do
win. And if your market say
God do it. No, no, God do it. No, no, God do it. No.
anything they do,
God do we know? Na God do we know? Na God do we know?
Why you no go dance? Na
God do we know? Na God do we know? Na God do we know?
anything they do, na
God do we know? Na God do we know? Na God do we know? God do we